Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Laureli Shamayo. This is MeWe Fairs, your safe space for authenticity and transformation. We have events throughout the Pacific Northwest, many online, and we're here to tell you about our online event, Cosmic Conversations. We love having this event. The three of us have been doing this now for over a year. It's a great opportunity for you to participate in community. And I'm going to have Crystal and Kai start to tell you about themselves and the event first before I say more. Crystal, I understand that you're going to go first.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Crystal Novak. I'm a psychic reader, channel, and medium, and I also do energy work. Um, and I love when we do Cosmic Conversation. To me, it's an interactive podcast. You in the audience, we want you to show up and ask us questions, share an experience you had if you're curious what happened, maybe something you heard and you're wondering, what is that? It's a place where you can ask those type of questions and not have somebody look at you like you're off your meds. So the abnormal is normal. So come and join us. Um, we don't know what the conversation's going to be until we start. And that's kind of the fun part of it. There's that lack of having to know what's going to happen in the next minute. We just leave it open for spirit to move the direction that's we're supposed to move. And it takes us to some really unusual places. Um, so as Lorelai mentioned, we've been doing this for a little over a year. Um, and like I said, it's fun. I always get to learn something. I get to interact with people. It's one of my favorite things that I've done insofar as MeWe goes. So please come and join us. I think you're going to find it to be a lot of fun and very interesting. Thank you.
Thanks, Crystal. Kai, are you next?
Yep. Hey everybody, I'm Kai. I am a Hawaiian kahuna, which is the Hawaiian version of a shaman. And why I started doing Cosmic Conversations is because Krista and I would talk a lot in between customers at shows, and Lorelai would come by and go, "Dang it, I wish I could sit in with you guys and understand what's happening here." And so what we wanted to do was to expand these conversations to other people in a way that you could join us and not have to like lose customers because we're in the middle of a show. So this is your opportunity to come and have conversations about the things that you've noticing in your practice, things that you've been coming across, things that you've noticed, energy projects you're working on, anything that has been top of mind as far as your spiritual journey or your spiritual progress. I want to hear about it. And I want to be able to think about and learn from you, as well as, hopefully I can give you something to think about or something to ponder or learn or whatever. So this is an opportunity for us to just kind of exchange information. This is not us bestowing our knowledge upon, the world. It's all of us sharing what we know. And so I invite you, if this is something that you're interested in and you want a sense of community and to be able to discuss whatever it is in safety, security, and not think, oh my gosh, this is insane. I can't believe I'm going to ask this question. Feel free to ask the question, because whether it's supernatural, paranormal, spiritual, whatever, I mean, we've talked about things. I'm like, how did we get here? But we still talked about it because it was what came up and what needed to be discussed. So we never have an agenda. It's always like, what you got? What came up for you today? And most of the time, our topics come up as we're talking.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just kind of roll to the next topic and that's what a conversation is.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't always have to agree, and that's okay. But at the same time, it's like we always approach everything with an open-minded kind of purview. So if there's something that you want to bring up that you're like, yeah, I don't know what this is, or I don't know what that is, I'm just like, well, you could look at it this way, you could look at it that way, right? We don't, at least I try very hard not to look at absolutes. I mean, there's sometimes when it's like, yes, don't do that. But for the most part, it's just like, let's talk about it. And if I happen to say, yeah, don't do that, I will tell you why don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason for that. It's not because I said so, right? I don't do that. So if you want to engage in this and you resonate with this type of thing, come and join us. You are absolutely welcome. And hopefully, even if you can't join us, you can watch us on YouTube later. And we hope that, we contribute in some way to your growth, to your progress, to your life. Because as you join us in these conversations, I feel like you will definitely enrich mine.
Yeah.
Great. I'm going to say some logistical things and some things about the experience before I introduce myself. We want you to come and share your experiences as well as ask questions. And it might be a question just about the experience. Like, have you ever heard of anything like that? Has anyone had something like this? And when we say don't do that, like your example, it's not only because we have a reason, it's because like we've seen 700 other people and they all like there's a challenge for them. So it's based on our experiences as well as our general understanding. And this is recorded on YouTube, as Kai mentioned, and there's a way to watch this later. However, you might want to do this in private and you might want to do this confidentially because it's something that seems so weird. And there are ways to do that here. You can come up on stage with us and talk on stage and be on video. You can ask questions from your chair in the audience and people only hear your voice. And if you really want to, you can just chat messages to me or to one of us and we can read things on air. So there are ways to participate in this conversation with as much privacy as you're interested in. It's a great opportunity to connect with your community and your peers, to connect with people that might be interested in mentoring, connect to people that might become your clients. Like this is just a great opportunity for us all to learn from each other. I know that I've gotten so much better in all of what I do by being around more of the community. And so I'm Laureli Shamayo. In addition to running the MeWe fairs, I'm an intuitive eye reader. I also do what I call body psychology work. So I'm paying attention to your eyes, your face, your energy, your body, your words, your language, your tonality. I'm paying attention to the experience of you so that I can give you feedback about how you seem to me, appear to me, to help you better understand yourself, to help you make choices about what you do in this life and set yourself up for what's next. I'm an endless student. I aim to learn from all of my experiences.
Mhm.
I love conversations about experiences. I love listening. So that's why I wanted to go sit with them at their booths in between things. And I'm thrilled that we get to do this all together. I appreciate all of you that come and participate in this. It is a super low cost to come. If you want to get personal support, we're available to give you personal support too. That's got a different price. A general conversation is all included in this event. So we all can talk about all the things that we all bring up. It's a great, great opportunity. You might have something over the month that you know you're going to want to bring up, and it might be you have no idea till you're here, and then you suddenly remember something. Well, we just, again, we don't know. We love that it's spontaneous, and yeah, it's great fun to be together to explore and learn. I know, Crystal, I'm going to prompt you. I recently had a book come out, and I just wondering if people could learn a little more about you and your background and hear a little more about that and your context.
Okay, thank you. Part of my uh, furthering my consciousness and furthering my abilities was I was part of a meditative study group for 35 years that was channeled, and the Ascended Master who came and taught us is named Katumi, and we met once a week for 35 years. So we learned a lot of stuff. Chakra systems, the Kabbalah, the Tree of Life, the Seven Rays, Hermetic doctrine, working with energy, how to clear false beliefs from your system, understanding how energy works, so that when you go to start wanting to manifest something or hold an intent for something, how does that work? Which consequently, I was asked to by them to write a book. And essentially my book, the name of it is Remembering Who You Are. And it's a spiritual guide as spirit being here, having a human experience. And what does that mean? And what does that look like? And how are we influenced here in this lifetime by being in a human vehicle and what that looks like? And how do we balance that and connect to our spiritual self at the same time? So that's what that book is about. And if you're curious about it, you can go to Amazon and they'll let you, do the read the sample thing on the side. So you can check out the first, like, I think it's like 4 chapters to get a sense of what it's like. It's not a one and done. I call it chewy. There's a lot to chew on in there. So yeah, if that interests you and you're curious, go check it out.
Great. So the three of us have different experiences and very deep experiences that we bring to this conversation, to this discussion, and to this exploration. We're
Yeah.
excited to do it all together. I know a place that you can find out more information about it is at mewefairs.com, MEWEFAIRS.com. We may have all the online events together. You can also find us on Humanitix. So all the events are listed. You can see what's coming. We choose as we're getting through the year, and we potentially have guests what days they happen. They are often on Sundays in the evening. That varies, not specific time. Anything else anyone wants to share about what we're doing, what this is about?
I'm going to be rude and push Kai under the bus. Kai, you need to talk about that you've written books, that you've taught courses, that you have no match when it comes to energy work. So,
Yeah, you should talk
that
about
kind
your
of stuff.
specialty here. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
have you say more about you.
Well, my specialty is removing negative energy and entities from people, places, and things. That is my specialty. And my cat's going a little crazy here. The Yeah, I've written a book and a workbook about shadow work. And what it is, it's just a basic process of how I chose to do shadow work. Because in the standard psychological process of doing shadow work, it works, it's great. Most people are good with it. My problem is that it works on a kind of binary system, meaning you work with your conscious self and your unconscious. But from a spiritual perspective, you're leaving out the higher self, and everything we do from a spiritual perspective is based on like working with our higher selves.
Mhm.
So if I'm going to do shadow work, why would I leave that out? So my process is incorporating the higher self in, and also looking at other factors that are beyond the psychological that forges into the spiritual realm, which is working with ancestors, looking at past lives, and just looking at stuck energy that we have in our bodies and in our energy bodies. And so that's what I incorporated into my shadow work. And yeah, I just had a class not that long ago, which I enjoyed immensely. But whether I do it again, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I also have another book that's called When Things Go Bump. And that just means, or that is a book about like how to tell if your house is haunted and what to do about it if you think it is. And so these are the kinds of things that I work with. I am primarily an energy healer, and so I can do lots of things with energy. I consider myself to be an energy expert. I'm not the only energy expert in the world, but I am a pretty good one. At least I like to think so. So if there's a question regarding energies, energy frequencies, and things like that, a lot of it I've probably been familiar with. So I can answer pretty much anything related to energy questions, including stuff related to health or, just past stuff, future things, all kinds of stuff like that related to energy and different frequencies of energy. So I'm happy to field any questions about that, discuss different things, look at things differently. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do. And I consider that fun for me, is looking at the different frequencies of energies and just kind of playing with different things. Just like, what happens if I do that? But of course, I always do this stuff with safety in mind, because I'll describe something and then I'll be like, don't do this at home, kids. Um, because with energy work, like you can hurt yourself if you're not careful. So I'm happy to guide people through different processes so that they can experience different things and do it safely. Um, that's really my thing. It's just like, like all of this stuff is really fun. It's really cool. It's really interesting. Just as long as you don't do so in a reckless manner, because you can be reckless about things, even though sometimes people think, oh, what's the big deal? It's like, it's a big deal. So, and
Yes.
there's, and I have like a million stories to tell if anybody's interested in that sort of thing as well. And I'm also interested in hearing other people's stories, which is why we want to do this Cosmic Conversations, because this is a community and we want the community to engage in this
Mhm.
and share what you know and what you've experienced, and tell your stories.
Yeah.
Great. Yes. So come dialogue with us, come explore with us in Cosmic Conversations. As they have said, there's nothing we won't talk about. We will explore just about everything. I can't imagine anything that's too extreme, too weird. We're interested. We want to understand. We want to explore. That's our journey. So come do it with us. We look forward to seeing you at the next Cosmic Conversations, MeWeFairs.com. See you soon.